Hello, everybody, and welcome to Talking UFC. Today, I have a special guest on Atalanta's football. So, let's start.
Okay, so do you want to start with who do you think's a favourite? I haven't looked at the odds. Might have to mute him.
So, I would say that my favorite is definitely ZIDANE. I think at the moment he is, he's the most. He has the best reputation, and he's the most famous. So, I think he would be best for us. So, yeah, what do you think?
Well, in terms of, I'm not sure about the betting odds. I think it might be Rogers now, but if I was going to choose one, I'd probably go with, because I was thinking of Zidane, but I do like Ten Hag as well. But the only thing with Ten Hag is, I think if you want him, you'd have to wait to the end of the season. I can't see him leaving Ajax, whereas I could see Zidane going now. I'm not sure about Pochettino or Rogers, because I have a feeling that if they were offered the job, they would leave now. Like, I don't know why with Pochettino, because apparently, I think I read Fabrizio Romano said he was close to, or he wanted to go to Tottenham this summer, something like that.
Yeah, I read that too. Yeah.
So I have a feeling that he would jump at the chance if he could, but but Zidane obviously because of Varane and Ronaldo makes a bit more sense.
Yeah, he has a good connection with them. So Zidane, yeah. Yeah, I agree. But in terms of like managerial like tactics, who do you think would be like the best apart from like reputation and just like the likability? Just
I think Zidane. The only problem with Zidane is he doesn't have like a defined philosophy, so you can't really tell what he's going to do. That is kind of a good thing because he's quite adaptable, and you can see him like using a few different systems. But in terms of like individual, if I just had to pick one of them, I would say Ten Hag, because I do think he's like, even with the way he's like rebuilt Ajax, because he obviously got them to the Champions League semi-final and they lost De Ligt, De Jong, Ziyech. Who else did they lose? Van der Beek. They lost quite a few players, and then he's managed to rebuild them. And now they look like they could like get to the quarters or semi-finals this year. So I would say Ten Hag in terms of just a tactical point of view.
Yeah. So what I've heard, reading some tweets and news, it's all over the place. Man United's definitely a mess right now. But what I've heard is Rogers is looking for a home next to Manchester United. Have you heard about that?
Oh no, I haven't heard about that, but
No.
I always hear it all the time with players, like this player's looking for this, but that could easily be like it could easily be that Rogers is one of the options, and they've sort of sounded him out, and then it doesn't really mean, like, a lot of people say that, but obviously, the reason I think Solskjaer's still there is I think they can't get him right now. So, but it could really be any of them, to be honest, because they could be negotiating with Zidane. So it's hard to really tell. But I would say that they probably want either Pochettino or Rogers, because they wanted Pochettino before. So I think he's probably their favourite, and I reckon Rogers is their backup.
Yeah, Rogers is definitely not elite. He's obviously he's the manager of Leicester, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think he's definitely not our best option, but I think he is our most likely one because he's just so why do you think we're not sacking him? Just the Glazers' horrible management or what?
Why they've not got any, like, sacked him now?
Yeah, it's about time.
I think they were. I think before the Liverpool game, they were keen to keep him, just because he was sort of on par. Didn't really. Ronaldo was basically saving him every game, so the results didn't look that bad. And in the Liverpool game, I think they were probably thinking about it then. And then after the Manchester City one, they thought, okay, we better start looking now, because they had the international break to look, obviously. So I reckon Watford, if United don't win, I think he will get sacked. But I think what more likely will happen is.
So you think he's going to be at the Watford game still? They're not going to sack him in
no, I reckon he'll definitely be, because otherwise they would have sacked him. Because what is it? It's Monday now. Yeah, because they've only got like 5 days, and the Glazers probably, because if they sack him, they'll just. I don't know who they would appoint though, because I'm assuming like the assistant manager would go with him, so there wouldn't be like a ready-made replacement to come in. So they probably think, oh, we'll just keep Solskjaer till then. And then, but if he wins, I think if he wins, they'll keep him until another bad result, and then I think he'll go after that. I think
Yeah.
now they've already started negotiating with other managers. But yeah, I can't really see, because I think Rogers would take the job now, or Rogers should take the job, because he's never going to get that opportunity again.
Yeah,
So
it's definitely in like a level up for him,
yeah.
Rodgers.
Because the only
Um,
one I don't think would take it now would be Ten Hag, because
mhm,
I don't think I think even if he doesn't get the Man United job, he's going to get another top job soon. Like
mhm,
probably if he doesn't get the Man United job, probably Bayern Munich, because he was the Bayern Munich second team manager while Guardiola was there. So
mhm.
he's already got those connections, and he was linked with them before. So I think Ten Hag's not in that much of a rush. But yeah, so and even Zidane, I'm not really sure about what Zidane would actually want though.
Yeah, he hasn't been showing much interest. It's more
Mm.
Man United really want
Yeah,
him,
yeah.
but Zidane, he's kind
Mm.
of just not really doing anything much right now.
Yeah,
So
because there's
yeah,
not that many options for where Zidane could go. Like
hmm
Juventus and PSG are probably the obvious two, but Pochettino's obviously there, and then Juventus have just got back Allegri, so they're probably the two
right,
obvious options after Madrid. But apart from that, you couldn't really. I can't really see him going anywhere else apart from Manchester United. So
yeah.
I do think that if Man United came with a good offer, he would take it. So
So you think he would want to join us, even though we are kind of going through a downfall right now?
yeah, I think most managers want the Man United job, because if you go into like Manchester City,
hmm
you can't really improve on what Guardiola's done. Same with PSG as well, because like the only way you can really improve is by winning the Champions League with those clubs. Whereas with Man United, if like the
Anything is good at this point.
yeah, like if you get Man United to challenge for a title, or if you get them to win a title, then you've like done an excellent job. Whereas if Man
hmm
City, you win the title, it's you just carried on what Guardiola's done. So I think Man
hmm
United is probably like one of the most sought after jobs at the moment. Same with maybe Barcelona once they get out of their financial issues. But
If that will ever happen.
yeah,
Yeah,
I don't even know what's going on there, because
yeah,
I don't think they can get out of it for like, it seems so bad. Like it's going to take them years to get out of.
yeah. I think they hired Xavi, right? Their new manager right
Yeah,
now.
Yeah, he came in the other week. I don't. Yeah, he came in last week, I think. Yeah. But
hmm
they've got quite a lot of good youngsters, Barcelona. So that's kind of saved them. So you don't have to really buy in. They've got like Fati, Gavi. Who else they got? Nico Gonzalez, I think's one there.
hmm
Pedri's there. So they've got quite a lot of good youngsters. So they don't actually have to buy as many players as they would have.
Yeah,
So Barcelona's squad doesn't look as bad as it did in the summer.
yeah, but I think they're doing pretty bad.
Mm.
What do you know what standings they are right now?
I know their last game. I think the last game they drew to Celta Vigo 3-3. I'm not
Yeah,
sure where they are in the league. Let me see.
yeah, they're ninth in the league. I just looked it up, so
Yeah,
not
how
not
far are
impressive.
they? Let me see. Oh, so yeah, Real Sociedad are top,
Yeah,
and Barcelona are
all the
Barcelona are
way.
like 11 points away from them.
Yeah.
They've got a game in hand, so they're not actually that far away. They're about 8 points away from the top,
hmm
about 10 points away from Real Madrid. So it's still quite away, but it's early enough on in the season. But if
hmm
Xavi doesn't win the league, it's not really on him. So as long as they
hmm
get second place or third place, they'll be fine. Yeah.
Yeah. So I wanted to also ask you. So before we even think of changing our manager, do you think that what do you think Solskjaer is actually doing wrong? Like, do you think we should be playing Fred and Scott? What do you think our best lineup is?
Uh,
Should we actually be sacking him?
yeah, I think you have to sack him, because there's like no improvement whatsoever. But I don't think the problem is necessarily the personnel, because
Mhm,
people say, "Oh, you can't play Fred and McTominay," but there aren't like that. There aren't really any other options. You could play Matic there, and you could play
mhm.
either Pogba or Van der Beek, but
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
gonna have to.
Van de Beek. Why do you think he's not playing? Because Fabrizio Romano has, I think he tweeted out saying that he's gonna leave if
Yeah,
like
in
he's not
January.
gonna start playing, and I understand because
Yeah, well, when he signed, because I made a video when he signed saying I don't really know why Solskjaer signed him, because he's not really like a central midfielder who's going to play in like a deeper role. At
hmm
Ajax, he sort of played in the same role as Fernandes. So with Fernandes, I don't really see the point in having Van der Beek unless you're going to play like a 4-3-3. Then you've got Pogba there as well. So either way, Van der Beek isn't going to be a starter. But at this point, I think he should play Van der Beek because McTominay and Fred have been so bad. Like, there's not many other options.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
it's just that, like, the problem really isn't the personnel. It's just like the whole pressing system, like against Liverpool, was terrible. Like, it's so it looks like they'd never really prepared for the game. They just sort of. I don't really know. I would love to see what a training session is like, and then even in a when they have the ball, there's not much like a. You can't really see a consistent pattern of play. It seems to be they get the ball to the final third and then just hope for individual brilliance. So
Yeah,
I think
they always hope for Ronaldo to save the day with his
yeah, I
last
think
minute goal.
yeah, I think if Ronaldo wasn't there, because Ronaldo basically has got Man United through to the Champions League round of 16 from the group stage.
Yeah,
They got the winner against Villarreal, winner against Atalanta, and also the draw. So he's picked up 5 points. And otherwise, Man United, I think, would be out by now, or the next game they might have been out. So
yeah,
he's
definitely.
basically got them through there. He basically won Man United the game against Newcastle, the game against Tottenham. Who else was there? How many games in the Premier League has he scored? How many games has he scored?
How many? I know that he scored 9 goals overall, I think. Or actually, no, that's both. Just the Premier League, I think it's 5 goals. But
Oh, right. So
games,
that is. So he scored 1 against Tottenham. Let me see. Let's see.
So he scored 2 versus Atalanta. Oh, that's. Did he score any versus Leicester? I don't remember.
Let me see. I can't even really remember that game. Oh no, that was Greenwood and Rashford, yeah. And then Newcastle he scored 2.
Right.
Newcastle, where is it? Newcastle. Oh, West Ham as well. He scored against. So he basically, yeah. So he's like without Ronaldo, Solskjaer would already be sacked. But,
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like no matter how bad we do, the Glazers, they don't really care about the club. They only care about the money.
yeah,
So I'm not sure if they're ever gonna sack him, no matter how bad we do.
I think they as soon as they realise like they can't get Champions League football, that's when they'll make the change. I think it's already in their heads that they're going to need to make a change sooner or later. Like, even if they leave it like 6 months at the end of the season, they're still going to have to make a change. So I think if I had to put money on what's going to happen, I would say that he wins a game against Watford, and then But Man United have still got hard fixtures, I think, after Watford. I think who is it after Watford? I know it's still Arsenal have got to come.
Yeah, it's Watford, Arsenal, Villarreal, and then Chelsea.
Yeah, so
Chelsea. I doubt we beat Chelsea.
Yeah, so so I reckon what will happen is it'll be Watford. I reckon we'll draw against Chelsea and lose against Arsenal, and then it will be like, oh, he's going to get sacked, and it will just carry on. I think Solskjaer will see out to the end of the season, and then he'll get sacked because I think anytime it looks like United are going to go like really bad, he ends up like turning it around. So he always just never gets to that exact point. So yes, so if I had to put money on it, I'd say Solskjaer will stay there to the end of the season. Man United might finish like 4th, and then he gets sacked. And I think Pochettino would be the one they want, because I think he's only got 1 more year on his contract, and
so you think next season we'll have Pochettino?
Yeah, I think starting next season, Man United will have Pochettino.
And who will be PSG's manager? He'll just leave and that's it.
It'll probably be Zidane, I reckon.
Zidane.
Yeah. Zidane, or who would? Because maybe they might go for Ten Hag, but I could see Ten Hag at Bayern. But I think Zidane seems to suit PSG, especially with they would have Messi and Neymar. Mbappe's probably going to leave.
Yeah.
So, and Zidane's like the perfect manager to win the Champions League. So I could like easily see PSG just looking at that and going for Zidane. So.
So also I wanted to discuss some transfers coming to Manchester United. So there have been rumors, I think, about Tchouaméni coming to United, and I don't know if you heard of Dominic Sotoblai. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but
Yeah.
have you heard of those?
Tchouaméni. Who did you say? You said Tchouaméni and
And
Szoboszlai.
Dominic
I think it's
Sotoblai.
Szoboszlai. Yeah, the Hungarian. I think he's Hungarian. Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think of that?
Well, Szoboszlai is. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, but he is a good player, but I don't think like Man United, because he's more of like a playmaker. So he's kind of like Fernandez. So I don't really see, especially with like Van der Beek still there. If Man United are going to sign like an attacker, they need like a more of a winger type. So I don't really think he fits in it anywhere. Tchouaméni I would sign, because I think Tchouaméni, I think he's like a. If you look at he's like do you ever use FBref? FBref has like a whole report over like the last 365 days, and Tchouaméni for like tackles and interceptions ranks in like the 98th percentile. So he absolutely like dominates that. So, but he's much more, because Ndidi's the other one, but I think I would prefer Tchouaméni to Ndidi, because Tchouaméni's better on the ball. He's a better long passer. He's just like he's kind of like, imagine if Pogba was like a defensive midfielder and actually had defensive attributes. That's kind of what Tchouaméni's like, with less of, if you took away some of his like skills and dribbling ability. But and Tchouaméni's only like 21, 22.
21, so, yeah, pretty sure.
And he'll only cost about 40 million, I reckon. But Tchouaméni, I would sign for pretty much any club in the world. Like even Real Madrid, I think, should go after Tchouaméni. So I'd definitely go for him. And then you'd also need another. It looks like Pogba's going to leave unless like Zidane or Pochettino come in.
So so about Pogba, I've heard that he said that he wants to become the top paid player, and if he doesn't get that 12 million euro a year salary, then he will leave. And he also wants a bonus for Mino Raiola, his agent. So
yeah, he's
crazy.
Wait, who's the top? It's Ronaldo, ain't it? Top. He must be top.
Yeah.
What is that a year? What is he on? It was De Gea before that, aren't they on?
I'm not exactly sure, but I
think it's like I don't think he's that far off Pogba, but he'd have to have a pay rise. But I think if Zidane or someone came in and they wanted to keep Pogba, Man United would keep him, because the only club he's really going to go to is maybe PSG or Real Madrid. They're the only two really. So, and it'd probably be worth keeping Pogba, because otherwise you have to sign another central midfielder. So you might as well just say you have to pay him. Just say you have to pay 5 million. You have to pay him 3 million more a year, and you have to give Mino Raiola like 20 million, and then him another like 5 million. They're still only like 30 million, so it's probably still worth keeping him. But the problem with Man United at the moment, they have, because with Fernandez, you can't. You have to play like a 4-2-3-1. You can't really play him in like a deeper role. I mean, you could if you had the right manager, but Man United are so stacked in like attacking areas. I would actually go for, if I could sign 3 players, I would go for and assuming Pogba stays as well, I would go for a Tchouaméni, the like ball winner in central midfield. I'd go for a right back, because I just don't think Wan-Bissaka is good enough. Like offensively, he's so like clumsy on the ball, and he just slows down the attack. And then I would sign another centre back, because I think Lindelof's decent, but I think Maguire's just like completely. I don't know what's happened to him over like the last 12 months.
Yeah, definitely. That goal, what game? Man City. It was Maguire and Shaw. They completely missed the ball. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, he always does that to Shaw as well. He like hesitates, then he goes for it, and then he hesitates again. Like he did that against that Tottenham game where like I think it was for Tottenham's first goal. He heads it up in the air, and then he just sort of like clatters into Shaw. But he did it against Liverpool as well. I think he just constantly does that. But I think if you can sign another really good centre back alongside Varane, now you've got like probably the best defence in the world, or not in the world, but in the Premier League. And then if you have a good enough manager, then you've basically filled out all those gaps. So.
Yeah. So in chat we have a couple questions here. So, do you have the stream pulled up, or should I read the questions out?
No, if you read the question, I don't have the stream pulled up.
Okay, so somebody says, who would you pick, Pochettino, Zidane, or Rogers? So I think you said that Pochettino, right?
Oh yeah, of the three, if it was me personally, I'd go
Yeah.
for actually, if it was of those three, I'd go for. I think they'll go for Pochettino.
Yeah, but we all want Zidane, but it looks a bit unrealistic.
Yeah. I would go for, if it was me, I'd go Zidane, Pochettino, Rogers. But I think they'll go for Rogers, Pochettino, and then Rogers as a backup, because I don't think they'll get. For some reason, I just can't see them getting Zidane. But
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then somebody says, did you guys hear about the Glazers offering shares?
Yeah,
I haven't really heard much about
Oh
that.
yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah, but it doesn't really mean that much. All it means is that they are just selling their shares because they're at a high and they could buy them back. Like Elon Musk and Bezos have sold some of their shares, but it doesn't mean they're going to like sell all their shares. It just means because they're at a high price, they can cash in, and when the price goes down, they can just rebuy. Yeah.
Okay. And then somebody says, interesting that Maguire scored again. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw it. I saw it. Did you see his celebration?
Yeah. Yeah, that was absolutely disturbing. That was just.
Roy Keane destroyed
Yeah,
him.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what because who did England even play? I don't even like follow England.
Yeah, I don't either. But let me check. I think they should definitely. Oh my God, it's 10-0 right now. England are playing San Marino. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, they always do that. I don't even know what the point in San Marino playing is.
Who
did they play on Saturday? It was
they played Albania and then Hungary.
Oh right, yeah. I don't know why you did that celebration, as though it makes any difference.
Solkary needs to. I think they need to rip his armband off and give it to Ronaldo. But why do you think he's still the captain? Shouldn't it be Ronaldo by now?
It's just like an awkward situation.
Yeah.
As soon as you take the armband off him, you're basically saying, like, oh, you're so bad, we can't even let you have the armband. But it is strange that Ronaldo doesn't have it, because you would assume that Ronaldo just comes in and takes it. But even De Gea, you think De Gea would have it over Maguire?
Exactly. Yeah. He without De Gea, we would be like absolutely nowhere.
Yeah.
Okay. So just going back to the defensive line, what do you think about Eric Bailly? Do you think he should be a starter?
No, I don't think he can be a starter unless you're playing a back three, and you play him as like the right-sided centre back. But even then, he just always has like a random mistake in him. Like against Liverpool, he just doesn't like. He positionally, he never like understands when to like. All he has to do is shift over a bit, and then he can clear that. But then he just doesn't do that, and he just swipes at it. But he does that constantly. Whether it's like giving away, like he seems to be like a walking like yellow card or all the time.
So you don't think he played well during the Man City game? Because I personally think he was pretty amazing.
Oh, I think because he's alongside Maguire, and Maguire constantly just makes mistakes. Anyone who has like a
he just saves the day.
Yeah, he's good at like making recovery tackles and things like that. But like he always seems to like he's good at like doing the hard things and then just messing up when it's like a simple defensive action he has to do. But yeah, because he's not even that young anymore. When he first came, you thought, oh, he could develop, but he's been there like he must have been there 2016, so he's been there 5 years already.
Yeah. Okay, we have another comment here. So, I think removing the armband would upset the apple cart. Best Man United captain Marcus Rashford.
Oh yeah. Wow. I think Rashford after Ronaldo, because I think if you give it for a captain, they have to be a nailed-on starter, and Rashford isn't really a nailed-on starter at the moment. But I think after Ronaldo, you give it to Rashford. But Ronaldo seems to be like the best because he sets the example. So I don't see like if you had to choose someone, you'd probably choose at the moment Ronaldo or De Gea. and then the next one would be Rashford, I think. Like the one after, because Ronaldo.
So he would be third. De Gea before him.
Yeah, but I mean in like 2 years or 3 years, because Rashford will probably be there for the rest of his career. Ronaldo will only be there 2 or 3 years. Not sure how long De Gea will be there, but like the one after that, I could see it easily being Rashford.
Yeah. So has he been recovering from his injury, or I haven't been following him much.
I think he's fully back now. He hasn't started.
I know he's back, but like, do you think he's like fitness level back?
Probably not. Actually, he must be now because he's had the international break. So I reckon against Watford he'll probably start. Because he would have been back for about 4 weeks, so that should be enough time.
Okay, so you said you need to go at 4:30.
Yeah, so I can still do like another 5-10 minutes.
Okay, so I also wanted to touch on, Man United, we're constantly switching our right wing. So who do you think is best there? Like Sancho, Greenwood. Who do you think is better?
I would say Sancho, but obviously with Solskjaer for some reason, I don't know what the problem
I
is.
don't get why we signed him. We splashed out. How much did we splash out?
72 million.
70. Yeah.
But for some reason, because Greenwood always never plays as a natural winger, he moves in field. He's basically playing as like a wide forward, but then you have no width, especially with Wan-Bissaka, because Wan-Bissaka always holds a deeper position. So Sancho seems like an obvious option, but I just don't think Solskjaer knows how to play him at all. I think he just because he knows Greenwood always seems to score, or he always seems to have some sort of impact. So I think he likes Greenwood because he knows that at least he's guaranteed like a goal every 2 or 3 games.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, definitely Sancho should be starting there. So just what would you say would be just the best overall lineup for Man United, all the way from the beginning?
Well, it would depend on like what sort of system. But if I just had to say in general, I'd go with De Gea obviously in goal. I'd go with Lindelof and Varane, the 2 centre backs. Wan-Bissaka right back, Shaw left back, and then Pogba. I think Pogba's injured to the new year.
So wait, so you think that Shaw would be better than Telles?
Yeah. I think Shaw's like I'd say Shaw's top 3 left backs in the league at the moment. And then central midfield, if Pogba was available, I'd play him there. But I think he's injured till January. I'm not sure if it's definitely going to be that long. But I would go. So now I would just go with Van der Beek alongside McTominay, either one of McTominay or Matic, depending on.
Wait, how about Bruno Fernandes? Where would you play him?
Oh, I'd play Fernandes ahead of those 2. So in a 4-2-3-1, I'd play those 2. I'd play Van der Beek alongside McTominay. Then I'd play Fernandes ahead of them. And then on the right side, I'd play Sancho. On the left, I'd play Rashford. And up front, I'd play Ronaldo.
Right.
And you could alternate it depending on opposition. Like you could bring Greenwood in for Rashford certain games. Or you could go with Cavani and Ronaldo as a front 2, to be honest, if you really wanted to. But I just don't think Solskjaer wants to deviate from a 4-4-2, or he seems to go to a 5-3-2 when he wants to play 2 up front. But apart from that, he never shifts system. Yeah.
Yeah, in my personal opinion, I think for it's a 4-2-3-1, or a 5-3-2. I mean, wait, those are the 2 formations we play, right?
Yeah.
5-3-2 and 4-2. Yeah. I think those 2 are honestly not good. I think we should be playing a 4-3-3. What do you think about that? Because I think if Zidane would come, that's what he would use.
Yeah, well, the actual the formation just on paper doesn't really matter that much. It just sort of matters in possession what you do, because a 4-2-3-1 with Zidane could be completely different to a 4-2-3-1 with Solskjaer. So it depends. But I think wherever you play, you're going to have to play Shaw playing as more like more of an attacking fullback than Wan-Bissaka on the right side. I would just keep Wan-Bissaka in a deeper position because when he's in the opposition's half, he's just like he gets the ball, takes about 2 touches, looks up, and just ends up going backwards. I think if you just have him in a deeper position and push one of the 2 central midfielders further on, then at least you get like an attacker in those advanced positions, and then you can play Sancho as more of a natural winger to hold the width on the right side. And
Yeah,
then
with Sancho, like when I watched the Man City game, we saw like Phil Foden. He's like really great at pushing the
yeah,
width, and I think that's what we're missing. We're not
yeah,
like
yeah,
switching the ball.
yeah,
And
yeah. Another player who's quite good at that, who reminds me a lot of like who could fit into a Guardiola side is, do you know there's a player called Anthony at Ajax under Ten Hag, and he's been
mhm,
really good. He's like a right winger, but Ten Hag always has his wingers really wide. So then when it comes to switching the play, you've got like an obvious option. Whereas when we play, we have Greenwood or Greenwood. Greenwood seems to be playing all the time on the right,
yeah,
and he moves in field, and you've got no options on the right side.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, we have another question here. So, uh, Fernandez as a false nine and a 3-5-2. What are your thoughts?
it would depend on like the actual system. I'd have to see like what who's playing alongside him, but I don't think he's all the false nine is really is a player that's dropping off from the forward line. So you can have most players can if you're an attacking midfielder, basically anyone can play in that position as long as you've got the right coaching. So like Firmino was more of an attacking midfielder, and then Klopp sort of
Yeah.
developed him into that. So any sort of player you could easily play Fernandez in that as a false nine. It would depend on like the system around him.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. Also we have here. Don't think we have the personnel for 4-3-3. No, I
Mm.
think I would have to disagree with that. I think almost any side would be able to play a 4-3-3. I think it's the
Mm.
best formation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it depends how if you're doing like a more possession oriented system like with Ten Hag, you would need like a better like a more pressure resistant like deeper player like Rodri is for Man City or like Busquets for Barcelona because McTominay, Fred, and Matic like they're easy to press because they receive the ball and they're like they don't have like the ability to quickly turn. So
Hmm.
like you'd really want to bring if you wanted to play like that, you could bring in I think Chouamani could play that, or even someone like Mark Rocker who's at Bayern Munich, or anyone who's kind of like Rodri is perfect for that role. So, but that's only like one transfer, so you could easily adapt that.
Hmm. Yeah,
Mm.
I agree.
Yeah, yeah.
So also on Henderson. So he what do you think of him? Should he ever play? And do you think he'll leave? Because I've heard
Mm.
he also wants to leave.
Yeah, I was saying in the summer, Man United should just sell him because, like, if you've got De Gea, like, there's no point having a second choice keeper that's that you could cash in on. It's better for them to because they could probably get like between 30 and 40 million, or they could have if they'd sold him in the summer, and then they could just bring in like an older keeper who's just as good but can play second fiddle. But yeah, he's probably going to have to leave. He probably won't be able to leave in January. It'd probably be in the summer. I don't really know who he'd go to. I'm trying to think because he's not really going to. Maybe Tottenham, but they still got the Reese. Maybe I can't even think of any real good clubs for him to be honest. But yeah,
Yeah.
that is a problem with goalkeepers. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Mm.
So here we have another comment. Let me. So in a 3-5-2, we have De Gea, then Bailly, Varane, Lindelof, and then Matic, Donny, McTominay, and then Sancho, and then Fernandez and Ronaldo. So overall, what do you think the best position for Fernandez would be?
What in a 3-5-2 or
Yeah.
in a 3-5-2? I think you have to play him as like one of the 3 central midfielders because otherwise you end up with just like Ronaldo up on his own. I would play Ronaldo and Rashford because I like Rashford's running in behind. I think if you're going to play 3-5-2, you have to either go with Cavani and Ronaldo or Rashford and Ronaldo. Because like you could go with Greenwood, but
maybe even possibly Sancho. I don't. We've never tried it, but
yeah, maybe
him and Ronaldo.
yeah. I think if Sancho could play as a wing back, but you'd have to have the right manager. And I don't think Solskjaer's the right manager to like do that properly. So yeah.
Right.
Hmm.
Okay. So I know you have to go, so I just have one more question to end
Oh,
off
okay.
the stream. So what do you just think our overall future of our club is? How long do you think Solskjaer is still going to be? How long are we still going to keep on losing? And
So
just
I reckon
what's your
this.
overall prediction?
So I reckon this season, I don't think I'll get sacked till the end of the season
Yeah, you
because I think
said next season, right?
as soon as it like gets to like the point where it looks like he's going to be sacked to win a game, and I reckon they'll probably finish fourth, but well behind the top three, and then they'll get sacked in the summer and they'll get Pochettino, and then from there it's hard to predict. You have to see who he brings in and things like that, and who. I think Klopp, Tuchel, and Guardiola should still be there. So you're still going to need like a big summer to like even get close to the title. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, just one more thing. This January, the transfer window. Do you think we're
Yeah.
gonna sign anybody, Chouameni, Dominic, or just
I
we're gonna
think
stay low?
maybe the only one is Chouamani. I reckon because I think even Solskjaer would want a central midfielder, but whether he's the only one I could possibly see him. But even then, it's with the Glazers; they seem to never be able to get anything done. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't say in January they're going to sign anyone. If they were going to sign one player, it probably would be Chouamani. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah. Vernon, thanks for interacting, guys. Yeah. Thanks for stopping by, Vernon. And so you have to go now.
Yeah. Do I just press leave broadcast?
Yeah, you can just.
All right. Okay.
All
Thanks
right.
for.
See ya. Yeah,
See you later.
definitely. Thanks. Okay, guys. Thanks for all stopping by here. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream and Harry's thoughts on everything. Definitely a pretty crazy situation at Man United right now. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. Make sure you guys all smash a like on the video and subscribe to the channel because we will be having Harry on a bunch more times. It's really nice talking to him. He's quite an expert. So thanks guys for stopping by. Again, make sure to subscribe and drop a like on the stream. It would really help support the channel. So thank you guys, and I will see everybody in the next video and possibly a stream tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.